salutations, my dearest friends. My name is Samantha, and today I'm going to be unhauling some books. Hello, how are you? Welcome or welcome back to my channel. I was just kind of sitting on the floor organizing my books, and I started pulling a lot of books aside that I really feel like I just need to unhaul. I need to let go. You can look at the shelves behind me. They are very, very full. This is my historical romance shelf right here, and it is actually triple stacked. So it's like books on top of books on top of books. Was definitely inspired by a couple booktubers. I know that Lacey from Lacey Book Lovers recently did a huge unhaul. I know Riley from Riley Marie also did a huge unhaul, and it kind of just inspired me to really organize my shelves. It's gonna be a really chill video. I was watching Bachelor in Paradise and I started pulling aside some books I'm gonna donate and give to some friends or give to my local bookstore, and I thought, hey, let's turn on the camera. So here you guys are. My shelves used to be pretty organized. This shelf right here is like all of my romances and contemporary books that are not historical. This shelf is supposed to be color coordinated, except the bottom shelf, this is where I keep all of my cozy mysteries. And then this shelf is all of my historical romances, and it used to be organized alphabetically by author's last name. Somewhere along the chaos, it has not been organized alphabetically, and it is bothering me. So talk about some duplicates, because I actually have a lot. So these are all going to be going to friends or my little free libraries by my house. The first one is When the Duke Returns by Eloisa James. Then this is what the step back looks like. It's actually a really beautiful step back. I love this cover, but like I said, I already have this book. And then the way that I end up with duplicates is I do buy a lot of mystery lots on eBay, and sometimes you might get a duplicate here and there. I try really hard to avoid that because it's kind of a waste, but I do like dropping off historical romances in my little free libraries, because in my area, there's not a lot of historical romances available, so I kind of like having extra books to like give to my little free libraries. Next duplicate that I have is Hearts of Flame by Johanna, Lindsey. This is a Viking romance. It's the second book in the series, but just skip the first book in the series because it's absolute trash fire. This one I didn't mind too much. I think I gave it a 3, maybe a 4 stars, but I have a much prettier cover than this one, so this one is getting donated. It was a pick for our book club, The Historical Hellions, and I gave it 5 stars, but I actually have like 3 copies of this. I don't even know how that happened. I'm really gonna put this one in my little free library because I want more people to read it, because I really did enjoy this one. Have a problem. Why the heck do I have 3 of the same book? I had 3 of the same book, so we're donating 2 of them. This is The Dark Highlander by Karen Marie Moning. I haven't even started the series, and I have 3 of this book. Like, what? So these I'm definitely going to ship out to a friend. I mean, if you're looking for some Kerrigan Byrne books, please let me know. I would love to send them to you. My bookstore is a really good bookstore, and I always see Kerrigan Byrne books, and I know these can go pretty expensive because some of them are out of print. So I have duplicates of all of these. The first one is How to Love a Duke in 10 Days. This is the first in the series. I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. It's in really good condition, but again, I already have a copy. So have The Scott Beds His Wife. I need to get a little Goo Gone and take this sticker off. I mean, I guess I could sell these on eBay, but like, that's not my vibe. I want these to go to Happy Home. I like to collect books to like donate to my free library or gift to friends. Just like, I just want to like buy books for people. Can that be my job? Can I just like go to the bookstore and buy books for people? Because I feel like I have really good luck at my bookstore. I also have 2 copies of The Duke with a Dragon Tattoo. So now we're gonna move on to some books that I read and didn't like, and they just don't belong in my collection. Okay, let's talk about them. First up is Shanna by Kathleen E. Widowis. I gave this book a 2 star. I hated every bit of it. It was such a long book to get through. This is like 600 pages. I know a lot of people like this book. This was another Historical Hellions book pick, and some people really like that, and that's fantastic for you. But this was not a good time, okay? I hated our heroine in this book, and this is like not even the pretty cover. If there was a pretty cover, then maybe I would keep it, but like, bye. And I have 2 of the same book. Somebody stop me. I need to stop buying books. This is Until You by Judith McNaught. absolutely detested this book. I did a whole reading vlog on it. This book 2 stars. It's a historical romance that has an amnesia trope. I really didn't like this book is our hero is a jerk. He gaslights our heroine the entire book, and he also has a mistress the entire book, which some people don't mind, like cheating or mistress in historical romances. I do. It's not my thing. I don't enjoy reading about it, and this was just trash. So I ended up with 2 copies. They're not even pretty. Bye. Okay, I need to stop throwing books. People are gonna get mad at me. You know what's so funny? I held on to these books for so long because I was like, oh, I have all of Judith McNaught books. Like, it's a collection. Why? Why am I holding on to books that I don't like? I did keep some of her other books though, because I want to give her like a second, third, fourth chance. Like, I want to find a book of hers that I like. So I do have some more of her books, but I'm just not keeping the ones I didn't like. Judith McNaught, babe, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna stop because a lot of people love her, and anytime I trash her, people are in my comments. Okay, what was that? What was that? What was that movement? This is Once and Always. Unfortunately, this was another book pick. We had like 2 really bad months in the historical Hellions. I gave this 2 stars. Our hero and our heroine are cousins, and like, to me, that's all I need to say. This was trash. Okay, really quick, some historicals that I really don't think I'm going to read, and that is some Western historicals that have Native Americans and Indians in it, and it's just I'm reading the synopsis of this, and the verbiage is very problematic, how they're referring to some of the Native Americans, and I know like some historical romances that tackle that can be very problematic, and I just have no interest in it. I don't really care that this was written in the 90s. I still don't think it's appropriate, and I just have no interest in reading it. So this is Windfall by Emily Carmichael. Not gonna read it. This is Wild Abandoned by Casey Edwards. Not gonna read it. This does have a pretty step back. Yeah, look at this step back. That is really pretty, but I'm not gonna read it. Some more books that I'm just not gonna read, babe. It is The Matchmaker's List by Sonia Lawley. Listen, I have tried to read this book several times. I don't get farther than 59 pages. Like, that's the farthest I've gone, and I keep telling myself, oh, I'm gonna pick it up again. Oh, I'm gonna read it. Oh, I'm gonna finish it. And it's been like a year and a half, and I still haven't picked it up again. Something about this book just doesn't, you know, it doesn't grab me, and I've heard not the best reviews on this anyways, so I'm gonna give it to a happy home. It's gonna go somewhere else. So before I started reading romance, I read some fantasy, and I was kind of just buying books that were popular. So a series that I heard a lot about was by Mindy McGinnis. This is Not a Drop to Drink and In a Handful of Dust. This is like a dystopian end of the world book, but I don't think there's any romance in it. Basically, the world is ending, and our main character is like the only person who has a good water source. So her job is basically like to protect this river. People are thirsty, they're dying, but I just don't want to read about it, babe. So what I'm not going to read is We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. This is a suspense, a thriller. It's a modern, sophisticated suspense novel. Not gonna read it. Really, I'm kind of like in a moment where I have so many books on my shelf, so many books on my TBR, that I'm just kind of leaning into what I know I like, which is romance. These next few books I read before I even started my booktube channel and before I really started reading romance. I liked all of these books, to be completely honest, but I just don't feel like I need the physical copy. I don't think I'm gonna reread them, so I want them to go to happy homes. This book is The Gargoyle by Andrew Davidson. One of my coworkers read this book and really liked it, and she ended up giving it to me, and I really liked it. One of my other coworkers read it, so it was like a communal book club. So I do have a lot of good memories with this book, but I'm not gonna reread it. Our main character is in the hospital. He is recovering from a car crash and some severe burns. So he ends up going to the hospital, and he's in the burn unit, and he ends up meeting someone who is in the psychiatric ward. I pronounced that so weird. I'm so sorry. I'm meeting another patient who has schizophrenia, and everyone thinks like she's crazy and she's having these weird visions, but it turns out like she's connected to him in like a reincarnation type of way. It's a really, really weird book, but I mean, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't a romance. Really popular one on BookTube a couple years ago was Station 11 by Emily St. Mandel. I know a lot of people read this during the pandemic because it's literally about a pandemic. It's about a flu that kills half of the population, and they live in this dystopian world, and it follows a group of people who are basically like reenacting Shakespeare plays. Really interesting book. I think I gave it like 4 stars. I just don't see myself reading about it. Don't want to read about a pandemic or a dystopian world or anything that doesn't have a romance. A sci-fi series that I read before I started my BookTube channel is Dare Mighty Things and One Giant Leap by Heather Kavinsky. The first book I gave 5 stars. Like, I was very into this book. It ended on a cliffhanger that I wasn't expecting. I feel like if you like sci-fi, you would really like these books. But I just don't really see myself talking about them anymore on my channel. And if I do, I can just like pop a picture on the screen. Like, I don't need the physical copy. Trying to send people to space for a certain scientific project. And the type of project that they're doing, they're looking like specifically for teenagers. So you follow our heroine. It is really interesting. I mean, it's kind of like a little bit of a romance in this book, but I believe our character identifies as asexual, so it's not really like that much of a romance. But if you like sci-fi and aliens, like, this was cool. Okie dokie, my camera is gonna die. So those were some books that I am currently unhauling. I'm gonna organize my books. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to spend time with me. It means the world to me. I hope you guys are all staying happy and healthy, and I'll see you next time. Bye!